At first glance, the man sitting outside of Larry's bar on Maple Street didn't stand out. At 83, Tom Reynolds shuffled along with a stiff gait, his old army jacket worn at the seams. The man had seen it all, decades of serving his country. But today, he was just another old man in a small town. His routine was simple. Grab a morning coffee at the local diner. Pick up a loaf of bread from the corner store. And then slowly make his way home down the quiet streets of Pine Hill. But on this particular morning, something would change, as he shuffled past a row of motorcycles parked in front of the bar. His sleeve brushed against a bike. The small movement was enough to make the chrome rattle. The sound echoed in the crisp air. But Tom barely noticed. He didn't mean to disturb anything, he never did. "I'm sorry, young man," he said with a steady, calm voice, trying to explain himself. "Guess I've gotten a bit wider than I used to be." The biker, a tattooed man in his late 20s with mirrored sunglasses, didn't hear the apology. Instead, he saw an old man, and that was enough. Without hesitation, he stepped forward, his hand quick and sharp. The slap rang out loud, a crack in the still air, as Tom stumbled back and hit the ground. His bread scattered across the pavement. Laughter erupted from the group of bikers. And no one stepped forward to help. No one cared. Tom sat there, feeling the cold seep into his bones. Not from the fall, but from the humiliation. His legs trembled as he gathered the bread from the street, brushing off the dirt as if he could wipe away his shame. The biker? He was already back to laughing with his friends. The scene forgotten in an instant. But then, things started to change. The ground beneath Tom's feet began to vibrate. A truck driver paused, his hand frozen on the steering wheel. People walking by stopped in their tracks and looked up. A low hum filled the air, building to a roar. From the horizon, a sleek, black military jet cut through the morning sky. Its engine thundered as it made a swift, dramatic descent, sending waves of shock through the small town. The crowd watched, mesmerized. No one could look away. The jet touched down with a smooth, practiced grace behind the nearby shopping mall. Just moments later, a black SUV skidded to a halt at the curb. Doors flinging open with military precision. Out stepped a squad of soldiers, tactical gear glinting under the morning sun. Their movements were deliberate, sharp, and completely synchronized. There was no chaos, just a calmness that exuded authority. And then, from the back of the SUV, stepped a man in full military dress. No fancy sunglasses, no shouting, just pure, undeniable power. Lieutenant Colonel William Bill Reynolds, 45 years old. His face weathered by years of service but his eyes still burning with the same fire. His boots hit the ground with purpose as he walked straight to his father. Tom, sitting on the bench. "Hey, Pop," Bill said softly, kneeling down and brushing a speck of dirt from his father's face. "I'm here now." Across the street, the biker froze, mid-laugh, when he saw the military insignia on Bill's uniform. His stomach dropped, his mind raced. This wasn't just any old man. This was a man who had been awarded a Silver Star, a Purple Heart, and had survived the darkest moments of battle. He had been through hell, and now, the same man he slapped was his father. Bill stood up, straightening his shoulders. His presence commanded the entire street to fall silent. Turning to the bar, he spoke with quiet intensity, his voice like steel cutting through the air. "Which one of you thought it was okay to strike a veteran?" The group at the bar went quiet. The laughter had died down, and no one moved. A man in a leather vest stepped forward, rolling his eyes. "The old guy hit my bike. All right, what's the big deal?" Bill stepped closer, his voice calm but full of fire. "That old guy was a soldier who fought for this country. He earned 3 Silver Stars and a Purple Heart. He survived battles you can't even imagine. And today, while you laughed, he sat on the ground with dirt on his hands because you thought you could treat him like garbage." The tension in the air crackled. A voice from the bar muttered, "Oh, here we go." Military flexing their muscles. But Bill didn't raise his voice. He didn't have to. His calm demeanor carried more weight than any shout ever could. "This isn't about power," he said, turning back to face them all. "It's about respect. My father earned that respect. And today, you all failed him." He raised a hand, and a soldier immediately radioed in. 2 minutes later, a squad car pulled into the street. No sirens, no flashing lights, just the sound of it rolling to a stop. Bill didn't say a word. He simply pointed. The biker didn't resist. He was cuffed in an instant, the fight draining from him like air from a balloon. And as the cruiser pulled away, something strange started to happen. One by one, people began to gather around Tom. A woman in her 60s, with kind eyes, offered him a handkerchief. "I'm sorry," she said softly. "I didn't speak up." Tom nodded. He didn't need words. His dignity had already been restored. Soon, a line of people stood tall, veterans, neighbors, strangers, each offering their respect. The video of the incident went viral in hours. No music, no cuts, just the raw truth of a man who had fought for his country, standing tall once more. By the next morning, news stations were reporting on the incident. The biker's friends were nowhere to be found, and the bar's apology seemed hollow. The mayor called Bill personally. "We want to honor your father," he said. Bill's response was simple. "If it's for him, not for the cameras, he'll be there."